500 to 1,300% more than our capsules. So literally you could take a third of a teaspoon and it's still more than a capsule. So it's so high potency that you could turn that 60 serving into 180 or 200 servings. So it really becomes even more affordable and just literally, again, pennies a day.
Absolutely. Well, remember, this is Andrew's last day of the anniversary. There's only one more show coming up tonight with Colleen. And now we love having you here and we're excited that you're watching. But if you have seen what's been happening with over 19,000 of our finest value of the day gone, that is a significant portion. In fact, more than half of the quantity already spoken for. So let me just detail your choices. You know very well if there is one vitamin that you should, no, frankly, I'll just say it, that you need to be supplementing, it is vitamin D. And if you're watching this show, in all likelihood, your levels are not what they should be for optimal health. And that's just it. Vitamin D is essential for all of our critical systems for optimal health, whether we're talking about our brain functions, our memory, our bone health, you know, our muscular response, our cardiovascular systems. But when we talk about how affordable it is, that's why it's impossible to ignore this value. So here's what we have available, and of course, all the sizes available if you're calling us now. Remember, you choose the potency, 1250 or 2500, and then you choose the capsule size. Now, this is your vitamin D alone, 150, 300 count, 600 or 1200 count. Quick note for you, even if you're doing that 2500, Andrew is not doubling the price, even though it's double the potency, which is really extraordinary when you think about it. So as an example, on that 1200 count size, now bear in mind, this $200 regular price was based on the 1,000 IU. So just bear in mind, it's actually bigger savings than you're even seeing on your chart, but regardless, you're saving more than you're spending. So you're saving over $110. It's less than $90. It's on FlexPay. It has free shipping. But most of us are doing that 2,500 IU, and here's part of the reason why. The bundles are well more than we anticipated in terms of sales. So on the bundle, just as an example, you get the 600 with the 500 count of the calcium free. On the 1,200 count of the vitamin D, you're getting this for free, literally for free. And you have to consider just the shipping and handling savings.
Were
you having a nice little rest over there?
You were on a roll, so
I was
had
wondering
a seat
if you were
there.
ever going to sit down. Oh my God, that is funny. I mean, seriously.
No, there's a little chair here, so I just gone over here and sat down. What the heck? So,
exactly.
Well,
Sorry, I was on a roll there. Well, we're excited about
it's comfy
this.
over there,
It is very comfy.
I can relax over there. No, but I think it's important. I tend to not talk about all the sizes and things. What I look at is how much does it cost someone to get their vitamin D on a daily basis. And what we've done here is we've made it pennies a day. Literally, in the large size vitamin D, a little bit more than a nickel a day to get 2,500 IU. If you're getting a multivitamin, if you're already taking a multivitamin, whether it's mine or someone else's, typical other multivitamin will have 400, so then you'd be with the 25, you'd be at 2,900. That's pretty good. With mine, another 1,500, you'd actually find yourself at 4,000. That's fantastic. That's about what I take every day, 4,000 to 5,000 IU daily. So what excites me about this is that we offer what is not even arguably, what is clearly the most important of the vitamins that you'll find in a multivitamin. We offer it at the levels you need, and we offer it for literally just pennies a day. So it can fit into almost anyone's budget. Because when we're talking about pennies a day here, we're talking about, I think it's not even $2 for a month, or say about $20 for a year. So when we think a cup of coffee is a few dollars, when you think about how expensive other things might be, and the powerful, profound benefits, just the peace of mind that everyone would be able to move through the world with if we all had healthy levels of vitamin D. In fact, there's studies I could talk about here that talk about just overall mortality. Yeah. Mortality, which is just the risk of someone dying. And we know if people smoke, their overall mortality is compromised. If people lead sedentary existences, their overall mortality is compromised. That actually, if you have less than optimum, if you have deficient or insufficient levels of vitamin D, your overall mortality is compromised. And that's a frightening thought to think when more than 3/4 of Americans have levels of vitamin D that are compromised. So it's such an important discussion. It's such an important test for your doctor to perform. I've been saying this for decades. It's finally being embraced. I love reading the reviews where it talks about how many individuals went to their doctors and got vitamin D tests. So I love the fact that doctors are finally reading the research and science, and I think it's really becoming what they call standard of care, where a doctor would really be remiss to not provide you with insight into your vitamin D levels. And on a personal level, you would be kind of remiss to not know your vitamin D level and to ask your doctor to test you to make sure that you have a healthy vitamin D level, because frankly, if you're not supplementing it, I can almost guarantee you your levels are insufficient or deficient. So that's the sad fact with vitamin D. Here's a group of charts I didn't read yet that talk about vitamin D. We talked about vitamin D in the brain and memory and mood, that really balanced mood, brain function, memory, concentration, mental acuity. Vitamin D receptors play a critical role in that. And it's no wonder that as Americans are moving through our lives with suboptimal, with deficient or insufficient levels of vitamin D, we feel that those functions, the way our brain functions, our mood, emotional balance, all those things, feel compromised. So annals of nutrition and metabolism. Vitamin D acts directly on skeletal muscle. In fact, skeletal muscle function and cardiac muscle function require vitamin D. And it's important to maintain skeletal muscle mass, our muscle strength, and speed of muscle contraction. So balance, coordination, strength, the mass of our muscles, we require vitamin D. And unfortunately, again, 3/4 of us or more, depending on the studies you read, are deficient or insufficient vitamin D. So the implications for researchers showed that older adults with a higher level of vitamin D in their blood scored better in muscle strength and mobility tests, such as walking and getting up from a seated position. What I was just doing there.
Right.
What's interesting, and when they test, there was an interesting, I think it was 60 Minutes or one of the shows, we're talking to individuals who they've been tracking for a number of years in Southern California as they got older. And one of the things they were watching is, in a certain period of time, how many times someone can stand up from a seated position without using their hands, or even just, most of us, and it's going to be difficult, like if you can even just go down slowly and be able to stand back up. Those are the sorts of things that as we get older are sort of barometers of our ability to have coordination, balance, muscle strength, all those things are critical. Mobility is critical to our maintaining our independence and the quality of our life. Being able to avoid falling as we get older, critical to our independence, our health, our well-being. And simply, if you're like me, if you're an active individual, and I look at my activity as part of my anti-aging strategy, keeping me youthful, vitamin D levels are critical to my ability to retain the muscles and the musculature that allows me to be active, mobile, balance, coordination, all of those things. In fact, now, when I'll do different kinds of exercises using weights, I'll do those exercises not even standing on the ground. I'll do them standing on a ball or sitting on a ball where I'm forced to balance. Because it's not enough that we keep our arms and shoulders and things and our musculature strong. We have to keep our core and the integration of those muscles strong. And as we get older, it's something that gets neglected. On the most fundamental physiologic level, it gets neglected, because without vitamin D, those systems will not be able to work at their best. It's a scientific fact. And you could look at study after study after study that shows a dramatic decrease simply in the risk of falling based upon vitamin D levels.
That's fascinating.
You could track changes in risk of falling as people get older based on their vitamin D levels. And of course, higher, healthier vitamin D levels, a much lower risk of falling.
You know what's interesting about that, though? Andrew started talking about vitamin D before anybody else was talking about
35 years ago.
I mean, literally.
I was fortunate, back when I was in school, I was fortunate to, it was actually when I first moved to California, it was at UCLA Medical School, and there was someone giving a fascinating discussion on vitamin D and looking at vitamin D levels around the globe. It was an epidemiologist, someone who studies risk of disease and looking at different populations. And it was one of the first real discussions of the implications of vitamin D for a wide range of properties other than simply the absorption of calcium and the health of our skeleton. So ever since then, that planted the seed. And ever since then, I've been tracking the research. And that is why even my very first multivitamin had more than double the RDA of vitamin D in it. I got a lot of criticism for that. Now it turns out that was really smart, but I got a lot of criticism for that at the time. But I was confident because the science I was reading, they just weren't reading the science. And the science was clear. And today, now, not only is the science clear, but you see government agencies calling for a dramatic increase in our intake of vitamin D and the recommendation of vitamin D. So the world has finally caught up. I'm thrilled to say I started talking about the fact that one of the most rewarding things for me is the vitamin D blood test that I've been recommending for a few decades. Now it's really becoming the standard of care in doctors' offices. And that's wonderful because we need to know that number. And ignorance is not bliss in terms of our moving through the world with less than ideal levels of vitamin D. There are consequences as a society. There are consequences for the individuals in that society.
Absolutely. You know what's interesting, too, is, first of all, the overwhelming or the abundance of information just keeps growing. But if you heard Andrew earlier, I mean, we all think about getting our cholesterol levels checked, and certainly that's a number that you need to know. But in many ways, it's equally, if not in some ways, more important to know the vitamin D levels. And not all vitamin D is created alike. That's why I say I hope you go to hsn.com and read some of those reviews, because there are so many reviewers who say, I was taking somebody else's vitamin D, but my levels weren't improving, they weren't changing until they started taking Andrews. And I guess my point is, we all need this. If you're watching the show, I can pretty much promise you, you need to be supplementing your vitamin D. Do the best.
If in this country, if you're not supplementing vitamin D, based upon the science and the research, and this would also apply to throughout Western Europe, if you're not supplementing vitamin D, in all likelihood, and in all likelihood, 75, 80, 90% or higher likelihood that your levels are deficient or insufficient. It's just that simple. It's what the science says. It's not what I'm saying. It's what the science says. I've read some of those quotes already. Even the Department of Health and Human Services says that 3/4 of Americans are deficient or insufficient in vitamin D. 3/4 of Americans. And they're talking about, they use words like desperate need for changes in the way we intake vitamin D. And unfortunately, there's no food source we could rely on. So it's really up to us to supplement, or we need to be running around outside, partially clad in the sunshine.
That's a vacation.
That's a vacation. But again, that's neither consistent nor reliable, and our ability to produce vitamin D from our skin suffers as we get older. Of course, also, sun exposure has a whole other set of risks associated with it, aging of our skin, damage to our skin, and then, of course, we use sunscreens, which virtually eliminates the ability of our skin to produce any vitamin D. So it's supplementation. As I think I originally said on this product, it's not important that you get my product. It's very important that you get what I'm saying, that this is something you talk to your doctor about. Get a vitamin D test. I almost guarantee, I don't know the insurance law, but I guarantee most medical or health insurance will cover that test. It's so important, and it's something we must know. As I've said for decades, I've gotten my vitamin D level tested once a year to make sure I'm keeping it in that healthy range, and I always have. I try to keep it between 60 and 80. Either side of 70 is where I like it to be. So I was just going to read some more studies that talked about, just because mobility, the ability to contract our muscles, these are things that we value when we're young, and vitamin D is a critical part of that. We value them especially as we get older, and even treasure them when we get older. Vitamin D is a critical part of that. From the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, this study clearly shows that physical performance is not only associated with vitamin D status. So your vitamin D status is determinative of physical performance, but that vitamin D status is also associated with decline of time in physical performance. So if we then look at someone over a period of time, over the period of their lifetime, if their vitamin D levels go down, we're going to be seeing a decline in physical performance. So it's just so important to know, given that this is a critical part of what makes us human and enjoy a quality life. From the New England Journal of Medicine, vitamin D deficiency causes muscle weakness. That's a powerful statement, especially when we know that over 75% of Americans are deficient or insufficient in vitamin D. Skeletal muscles have a vitamin D receptor. It's part of how they contract. And when they contract, that's how they work. A meta-analysis of 5 randomized clinical trials with a total of 1,237 subjects revealed that increased vitamin D intake reduced the risk of falls by 22% as compared with only calcium or placebo.
Huge. That's a big number.
It's a huge number. In elderly individuals, from American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, in elderly individuals with vitamin D insufficiency, supplementation with vitamin D reduces bone loss. It also improves muscle performance and lowers the risk of falling. The combined effects on bone and muscle lead to reduced fracture risk. And of course, we talked about studies before that talked about brain function. American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, supplementation with vitamin D can lead to a reduced risk of falling. Clinical studies support the concept that vitamin D insufficiency is associated with poor lower extremity performance. And again, when you look at the status of vitamin D in our society across all age groups, that's why it's being referred to as an epidemic, a pandemic. We have an epidemic, say, of overweight and obesity in our society. We equally have an epidemic of insufficient and deficient levels of vitamin D. When I was a kid, I remember seeing illustrations in textbooks when you're 8, 9 years old, and they talk about vitamin D deficiency, and that would be rickets.
Oh, yes.
Would be the deficiency disease associated with vitamin D deficiency in children. But when it comes to vitamin D, the facts are even more compelling or even more worrisome in terms of the implications of vitamin D to the overall health of our nation. And we talk about so many things that pose a risk to the health of our nation. And we talk about overweight and obesity, which I think poses the single greatest economic risk and health risk to our country. And the implications of that to vitamin D carry even greater risk now.
Indeed, and I will tell you, we're rapidly approaching 21,000 being spoken for. And once more, that is far more than they anticipated for this time of the day. Well more than half of the quantities are spoken for. Actually, we're getting closer to 2/3 of the inventory. I know Andrew is going to adjust accordingly as the day progresses, but you're watching. We're excited you're here. And now is the time that I really hope that you make that decision. Certainly, we can ensure that you get your size of choice, but more importantly, you are getting the world's finest vitamin D. That's just it. If you're going to bother to take it, and you should be taking it, we all need to be taking it. You want the world's finest. That this unquestionably is. Not only that, though, it's our best value. So when you consider the sizes, you choose your potency, then choose your capsule size. If it's 1250 or 2500, it's whatever your budget is suited for or whatever suits you best. Remember, Andrew is not doubling the price even on that 2500 IU. 150, 300, 600, or 1200, the savings are undeniable. When you look at the 1200 count size, you're saving over $110. You're saving more than you're spending. But it's the bundles that I know everyone, when we talk about the best value, incidentally, that 1200 count size, that is more than 3 years worth of product if you're using it on your own. Now, if you're sharing it with a spouse, that's what, like a little over 2 years then, give or take, if you are sharing it with someone else in the family. But when you consider years worth of product, literally 5 or 6 cents a capsule, I've never heard of savings like that. So on the bundles, which most of us are doing, you get 600 count of the vitamin D, and you get 500 capsules of the calcium magnesium free. So as an example, 600 count of vitamin D alone is usually almost $110. You're paying $99 to get the calcium free. So it's actually less money to buy the bundle than it would be to buy the 600 count normally. Here's where again, I'm flummoxed by this. The 1200 count size is, if you get the calcium free, now here's what you get for free. 1200 count of the vitamin D, 1000 count, this is your free jug of calcium with free shipping that's included with the purchase, is less than you would spend for the 1200 count alone. So if you take a look, it's $200, and that's based on the 1000 IU, so it's even bigger savings, but regardless, you're actually spending less than you would for the 1200 count alone. And if you want to see it in black and white, sorry guys, I'll just kind of flip over here real quickly. There are the savings. Cookbook's free, shipping is free, money back guarantee until next year. You can use it until the end of January. I mean, that's why it's really hard to resist this today.
And you won't want to return this.
No.
You're looking at the finest vitamin D, and also the easiest vitamin D product to use in terms of it being a small capsule. I could show you. It's a small capsule. It's an easy to swallow capsule. Even our calcium magnesium, everyone talks about how easy it is in the stomach, and typically minerals are like swallowing rocks.
Yeah.
So let me open the capsule here. There we go. And it's just a tiny little capsule. You can see the capsule. That's half the capsule standing on its end, and that's the other half of the capsule here. That's actually the big half and the little half there. So that's it. So it's not going to upset your stomach. It's going to be simple to swallow. It's going to give you the vitamin D that you need. And unfortunately, in this country, there's really no other options in terms of getting the vitamin D levels we want. Your diet is not going to provide it. There are no vitamin D-rich foods that we can rely on. So we're left supplementing, unless, as I said, we're running around partly clad in sunny weather all the time. But I think most of our lives and careers don't permit that. And we're so careful with our skin now, we don't want to damage our skin to produce vitamin D from sun exposure. But this is an area of charts that I haven't read. I think maybe I'm a little jaded because of the fact that vitamin D is a critical part of any bone health, any osteoporosis prevention plan, that even if you're taking medications for osteopenia or osteoporosis, you still need to pay attention to your vitamin D levels, and I'm sure your doctor has emphasized that. But it's sort of a thing that I guess we take for granted now that we're looking at all the other issues and areas that vitamin D helps to protect us. But from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, in both elderly men and women, and by the way, men are still at risk of all sorts of skeletal issues as we get older, numerous randomized controlled trials have shown that the combined use of calcium and vitamin D supplements can slow the rate of bone turnover and attenuate or even prevent age-related bone loss.
Oh, that's huge.
Age-related bone loss, it's one of those things that aging doesn't have to be as bad if we give our body what it needs. From the Harvard Health Publications, Harvard Medical School, vitamin D is best known for its vital role in bone health. Without this vitamin, the body can't absorb the calcium it ingests, so it steals calcium from bones, increasing the risk of osteoporosis and fractures. So as I said earlier, that when it comes to vitamin D, if your vitamin D levels aren't adequate, you're going to be lucky to absorb 10% of the calcium you present to your body. So you could have good calcium intake, but without adequate vitamin D, it almost doesn't matter. American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, increasing or maintaining adequate intakes of dietary calcium and vitamin D is recognized as an important strategy for the prevention and management of osteoporosis. Journal of Nutrition for the elderly. When used to achieve optimal vitamin D and calcium intake, calcium status, nutritional supplements of these nutrients can have a number of beneficial effects, including the promotion of bone health, reduction of risk of falls, and potentially promotion of a number of other key physiologic functions of vitamin D, as we talked about in terms of brain function. And it doesn't just apply to the elderly. It applies to all of us. Surgeon General report, Bone Health and Osteoporosis. It is never too late for prevention, as even older individuals with poor bone health can improve their bone health status through appropriate exercise and adequate calcium and vitamin D intake. And this is a frightening number. Without concerted action to address this issue, it is estimated that in 2020, that's only 6 years away, 1 in 2 Americans over the age of 50 will have or be at high risk of developing osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is the most important underlying cause of fractures in the elderly. The fact that dietary intakes of both calcium and vitamin D are commonly substandard is a particular concern for older adults. Poor vitamin D status results in decreased calcium absorption, and it can enhance the likelihood of falls and fractures. And again, when it comes to the health of our skeleton, also when it comes to the health of our brain, when it comes to the health of our musculature, vitamin D plays an intimate role in how they function. And what do they say, as we sow, so shall we reap. When it comes to the health and the functioning of our body, that's what I'm talking about when I say we want to move through our lives with adequate vitamin D levels. Not super high levels of vitamin D, just adequate levels. Consuming, say, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 IU daily, that will simulate, that will emulate the kinds of vitamin D levels we had generations ago when we spent abundant amounts of time outdoors, when we weren't overweight, which being overweight or obese really robs the vitamin D away from the vital tissues in our body and keeps it imprisoned in our body fat. So again, it's a simple fact of life. If we're overweight, if we're obese, we have to acknowledge and recognize that has consequences for the critical levels of vitamin D we rely on for our critical functions in our body. So we need to then be aware of modifying supplementation. But the most important thing you get today isn't my product. The most important thing you get today is to talk to your doctor about perhaps getting a vitamin D level test. It's so important to know that. And then just make sure, whatever your levels are, make sure you supplement them to get them into the healthy range, because that's something you want to move through the world and move through your life with optimal vitamin D levels.
Absolutely. So over 21,000 of these are now spoken for. So yours is here. We're excited that you're watching. You know, knowledge is power. I know you're going to go armed with your doctor to the health food store with information. But remember, not all vitamin D is created alike. Of course, you have that win-win proposition. Andrew's an American success story. All of his products are all natural. They're additive-free. They're gentle. They're easy on your stomach. They're easy to swallow. They don't repeat. They're made with the energy of the sun. And not only that, it's really a win-win proposition. I mean, I have to say, those solar panels are quite a sight.
And that's, you could see, because you could see parking spaces under there.
Yes.
They're actually enormous. I think we're the largest I was told we're the largest all-solar powered facility in the world. So every product you get, there wasn't fossil fuel burned. We didn't contribute to global warming. In fact, we're also now, in Arkansas, we're planting millions of trees to offset the carbon footprint of every shipment of vitamins my company has ever made.
Oh, wow.
I think it was Native Americans who used to talk about, if you go off in the woods and stuff, you should leave no footprints. So I want to make sure that as long as we're doing wonderful good work here, that we leave nothing behind us but the good work that we're doing. So in terms of the environment, in terms of social good, for every bottle of vitamins you get from my company, we donate 2 supplies of prenatal vitamins to a needy mother somewhere in the world. And as I always say, people wonder, all over the world, what about America? Well, America, we're better off, but still 20% of the prenatal vitamins we make that we give away are given away to needy mothers right here in America. So again, we not only make it, hopefully this gives you a sense of the integrity with which we go about our work, we not only make the best vitamin D in the world, I'm providing you hopefully very important information that you can act upon. You don't have to get my product, but also you understand the way we go about manufacturing our product, but the way my company exists in the world. We want to do it as responsibly as possible so you could be proud, not just of what you're doing for your body when you take the vitamin D, but of the work that we do as well.
Absolutely. It is a win-win proposition, and we see you there. We thank you so much. Remember, a good portion of the day's supply are already spoken for. This is Andrew's last day of the anniversary. He's back tonight with Colleen for the final show. Significant savings regardless of any size that you choose. I'm highly advising, though, if you want those bundles, I would grab yours. And remember, on the 600 count and above, you are getting, also as a little thank you, Andrew's little holiday gift to you. You just saw Muriel with the teas, her fabulous cookbook. She and Andrew have partnered together, and I have to say, now listen, I'm no Wolfgang Puck or Muriel, but I have the best time with this cookbook. I really do. It's inspired me so much, and especially when you consider the holidays. I always say it starts with those crazy little Halloween candies, you know, and then it's a sleigh ride into the holidays. Yes. I mean, we eat. I mean, our season is centered around food, and Muriel has the most amazing ideas on how to get that flavor without all the fat and really get more good things into those holiday favorites.
Those are the turkey tacos she did. So she has all sorts of great recipes in the cookbook on how to use your leftover turkey.
Yeah.
And so what we actually do, we don't use the tacos. We'll use lettuce or we'll use, what is it called, cabbage shells to put the turkey in there. So
were you only sampling or were you helping cook too?
I was performing the most important task I perform in the kitchen, which is eating.
Taste testing.
So, and even when I came in here today, if I seemed distracted during this show, I was hungry this morning.
Oh, God, I know.
And then I come into the studio, and Wolfgang is here.
Yeah, I know.
So all I do is smell his delicious food. So the minute I leave, I'm going to his set.
Me too.
And I'm eating his food. But as much as I emphasize supplementation, intelligent supplementation, My products truly are dietary supplements. I wish that we all ate so perfectly that supplements became less and less relevant. In terms of things like vitamin D in this country, in terms of things like fish oil in this country, well, vitamin D, there just isn't a good dietary source. I think I probably have a chart here that talks about that. I know I do. That unfortunately there is no good dietary source of vitamin D. So if we want to get the vitamin D that's necessary to get our levels back to where they were just even a few decades ago, we're going to have to supplement. And I just was going to read a few more charts here, and because the science is just so compelling. And this is from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. And I could pull quotes from dozens and dozens and dozens of papers. And most of them, when they talk about Western society, specifically, say, America, we're talking about the majority, the substantial majority. Here they're saying 3 out of every 4 Americans now have vitamin D levels below what we believe is necessary for optimum health. Some studies will say if you're not supplementing vitamin D, it's 100%. Literally 100% of us will need to do something about it. Most important thing to do when you go to the doctor, just get your vitamin D level tested. Simple test. I'm sure I would think it's covered by insurance because it's so important and so insightful. And as the Department of Health and Human Services said, increases in vitamin D deficiency in the population may have reduced the overall health of the population because vitamin D impacts so many areas of our physiologic, of our functioning as a human organism. Having levels the way we have levels today have huge implications for the way we function. The American Journal of Medicine, vitamin D deficiency is a pandemic. That's a worldwide epidemic with more than half of the world's population currently at risk. There's 6+ billion people on the planet. That means over 3 billion people. That's 10 times the population of America alone. And actually, Western society is far more at risk. Adequate vitamin D levels are necessary and advantageous for optimal health, not just bone health, optimal health, general health. Vitamin D deficiency and insufficiency can both be corrected and prevented safely through supplementation. You won't find any studies that say it can be corrected simply and safely through diet. You will find studies that will say over and over and over again, there are no vitamin D-rich sources of food to rely on. So we're stuck either with supplementation, fortified foods, which what I don't like about fortified foods, meaning that where they add vitamin D to food, we don't eat the same foods every day. You need to know how much vitamin D you're getting because you want to get your vitamin D tested and you want to be able to maintain it consistently. With fortified foods, certainly it's a good background level, but you never know how much you're getting, and it's something that you should know precisely how much you're getting in terms of vitamin D.
Well, all I know is people who have tried this product, we love it, and you feel good. I mean, it's something that you know you need to be taking, and the fact that you're getting the world's finest at the best prices in history, really undeniably, you should try it today. Read some of those reviews, over 936 on the vitamin D.
I like the way you said the best price in history.
In history!
It sounds like I've been doing this for thousands of years. I've only been doing this for 35 years, not thousands of years. I don't like to be talking about myself in terms of history.
Okay, now just for the record, you brought up the age thing. So I'm not going to get in that little...
No, well, that's...
See?
Colleen keeps trying to remind me how much older I am.
See?
But I'm much older than you.
Oh, see? Yeah. Well, there you go. Okay.
But don't you have a big birthday coming up?
I do. I'm getting very close.
Yes.
I know. But we're aging in reverse, thanks to Andrew. But you know what the interesting thing about that is? I feel better, honestly, at my age than I ever did in my even, early 30s. I mean, and I have to say, I know Andrew says it often, but God helps those who help themselves. That's why you really do give thanks. It sounds kind of funny, but every morning when I have my little Andrew Lessman vitamins, I line them all up. I've got, I give thanks that Andrew is here because I was not a vitamin taker. And maybe you're the same way. I mean, obviously, we all love having Andrew here, and we learn so much. But the whole idea is vitamin D in particular, when I think of my quality of life, I mean, listen, I love that I'm getting to the age that I am, but I feel good, and I know it's that I'm empowering myself and I'm taking steps with the right products so I can live not just more years, but have more life in those years.
And hopefully with my products, I make many products, And you don't have to take all of my products, but hopefully you take the products that are appropriate for your health status and appropriate for what you know about your bodies, and hopefully going to your doctor and working closely with your doctor. Your doctor likes to have an informed partner in terms of your health. You don't want to delegate everything to your doctor. So you should show up and say, gosh, I really would like to know what my vitamin D level is. If you could see, what I probably should share are the emails and letters I've gotten from folks who were talking about the fact that they went and had their vitamin D level tested, and it was shockingly, appallingly low. There was one product review that happened to mention that. So it's very important to know that number. Unfortunately, if you're not supplementing vitamin D, when you find out that number, it's generally going to be bad news. But bad news is the news you don't hear about until it's too late. That's actually good news because it informs you. And ignorance isn't bliss when it comes to vitamin D. And once you're informed, then you can make intelligent decisions. What I love about vitamin D, as important as it is, if it cost 10 or 20 times more than it does, it would still be a bargain. So to think that it literally costs a little bit more than a nickel a day, to think that it's really just pennies a day to get the powerful, protective, supportive benefits of vitamin D in terms of the key systems in our body is beyond a bargain. And that's why I always say the most unique attribute of vitamin D isn't the long list of benefits I could talk about hour after hour after hour in terms of maintaining our healthy vitamin D levels or the consequences of not having healthy vitamin D levels. That's not the really exciting part about vitamin D. The part that's so exciting is how accessible it is, that it almost goes outside our budget. It's so affordable. Because I think pretty much everyone, could designate a nickel a day. For a nickel, a little more than a nickel a day, I guess it's 6 or 7 cents a day, you're getting 2,500 IU of vitamin D. A profound impact on your vitamin D levels. And unfortunately, if you're not supplementing, your vitamin D levels are going to be disappointing when you find them out. But not disappointing. Ignorance being blissful, that's disappointing. What's going to be happening when you get that information is you can finally take a step in the right direction. And it doesn't mean that, now you have to do something inconvenient or problematic or expensive. It's inexpensive, it's simple, it's easy. It's the tiniest capsule I make. The tiniest.
That's wild.
Tiniest capsule. It will not upset your stomach. It's easy to swallow, and all it contains is an ultrafine powder like that.
Weren't you saying an empty capsule is about what at a health food store is about what you'd spend on the 1,200 count size?
I mean, I haven't looked, but I would imagine if you were going to get, say, sometimes you can get empty capsules at a health food store, but I would imagine 30 capsules at a health food store would probably cost a couple of dollars.
Right.
That's 6 or 7 cents a capsule.
Right.
So that's what we're talking about here. 6 or 7 cents a capsule, but they're either filled with 1,250 or 2,500 IU of vitamin D3, your choice, or filled with our remarkable calcium magnesium intensive care that gives you the benefits of calcium magnesium, easy to swallow, no upset stomach, a really unique approach to calcium magnesium supplementation.
It is. I have to say, it's exciting stuff. And I mean, really, when you hear the research and to hear Andrew talk about this, and we know how smart you are, because anyone who watches Andrew Lessman, I mean, we so benefit from his wealth of knowledge, but the whole idea is we go armed with that knowledge, and you can rest assured you are getting the world's finest vitamin D. You just are. And it's so comforting to know that something that's so small, so easy to take, is so effective, and it's going to work for you, and it's something we all need. In fact, if you're watching this show, we could say almost without question, unless you're already taking Andrew's vitamin D, you should, and you want to be taking this. And when you hear about those benefits, I mean, truly jaw-dropping at these kind of savings, it is a must-have opportunity. So remember, you choose the potency, and then you choose the capsule size. And we are now over that 22,000 mark. I will tell you that is well more than they anticipated for this time of the day. I mean, a lot more.
Especially with these sizes.
Yes.
One of the nicer things with these sizes, we make it so affordable, but we might move less units, but it's much more affordable. And my goal with vitamin D, I said this last night, that we're looking into, we give away literally hundreds of millions of doses of prenatal vitamins. I think we're getting close to 2 million years of prenatal vitamins we've donated. There are a lot of elderly folks in America that can't even afford the 5 or 6 cents a day to get the vitamin D3 here. So that's something we're going to be looking at in the future, is finding a way to reach out to those folks, because vitamin D makes such a profound difference as we move through our lives, and especially as we get older. So that's something we're going to look at as well. So that hopefully underscores the fact that, as I said, as long as we're here, we want to be here with healthy vitamin D levels. The role and the behavior of vitamin D in our body, the more you learn about it, the more you're going to want to make sure you have healthy vitamin D levels. And your doctor is absolutely positively going to be intent upon you having healthy vitamin D levels. So partner with your doctor, find out that information, join so many folks that now know that information. It's really become a standard test. I bet if we looked at vitamin D tests that are being done in this country this year versus a decade ago versus 20 years ago, I wouldn't be surprised if the number of tests being done have increased by thousands of % over that time.
Well, indeed, and obviously you're going armed with power when you see your physician, but, you know, go with the right product, and that's what Andrews is. Really the world's finest. Of course, you choose whatever your budget, you know, suits you best, but most of us, of that over 22,000 gone, and that's why I know Andrew's going to be making adjustments later in the day. We've got them now, but it's today and today only. This is the last day of the anniversary, so all of these special pricing, if you're going to be shopping like I am after the show, everything does expire at midnight. I've, you know, got my little Andrew Lessman list, and this should be on it.
And by the way, I suspect because the sizes are so large, I try to give insight into the Today Specials we're doing, what we have planned.
Oh, yeah.
Because the sizes are so large, I don't see us doing a Today Special for vitamin D.